we're starting the stream now. Just again, as always, just waiting for confirmation to make sure we're actually online. But I want to start off just saying, as everybody's joining right now. So last week I mentioned that I was thinking about taking a break. I thought I was actually going to take this specific week off, but decided I was going to do either a 2 or 3 week break. Decided to actually just take one week off, I should say. So we won't be doing a live stream next week, which is the same week as Thanksgiving in the United States. So we won't do a live stream on November 25th, but we will. So we're going to take next week off on the 25th of November, and then we'll come back in December on the 2nd, and we'll have another live stream then. So we're just going to take 1 week off. So today is episode 9, November 18th, 2019. And then we'll come back with another building live stream on December 2nd, not next week on November 25th. And I see that everybody's coming online now. So hi, everybody. Welcome, everybody joining. Good to see everybody. But yeah, so we'll have another live stream on December 2nd, and then it'll be the, business as usual. I'm trying to see. Let's see, the week of Christmas. Let's see, when does Christmas fall? Christmas falls on a Wednesday, so we might do a live stream on December 23rd. So it looks like we'll be doing live streams throughout December without any breaks. But in November, we will take next week off. So because of that, the first set we're going to do is actually this Brickheads turkey. So we're going to get this going. Kind of makes sense because Thanksgiving's coming up. Gobble, gobble. Yeah, so all of these sets that we're going to be doing, you can see them all right here. They were all provided by Lego, so I appreciate you guys sending out to me. So I appreciate it. And yeah, we're going to have fun building not only just this turkey, but we're going to build the General Grievous combat speeder, probably known as, at least by the fan community, as one of the worst Lego Star Wars sets. Not because the set itself is actually bad, but mainly because the price was just pretty terrible. I think it was $30 for this set, and it only has 150 pieces in it. So it should be actually a really quick build for a $30 set. And then lastly, we're going to have the X-Wing. So this is going to be a pretty decent live stream. I'm guessing anywhere between 2 to 3 hours. So sit back, relax, and we're going to build some Lego. I'm just seeing all the things in. Oh yeah, I will actually be talking about the big thing this week has been the FTC and Coppa. If you weren't familiar with that, I'll go into that here in a little bit. I'm actually gonna I was supposed to actually make a video on it this weekend, but I got kind of occupied. I had a wedding I had to go to, so I meant to do the video this weekend, but I'm probably gonna do it probably tomorrow. But yeah, let's go ahead and open the first set. So let's get this little Brickheads turkey out of the way. It is so adorable. I don't know if my camera will focus. There we go. Look how cute that is. That is absolutely adorable. I absolutely love it. What a cutie. I was worried. I think last year there was some worry that Lego was going to get rid of the Brickheads line. And thankfully they haven't. They've dialed it back, but they're totally keeping it around, which makes me really happy. They're still doing some Star Wars. I think the Kylo, the Kylo Ren and the Sith Trooper one we had here. That was the first Star Wars one we've gotten. I know we got some exclusives earlier this year for Star Wars, but I'm glad they're keeping the Brickheads line around. Sorry for the loud noise. Alright, so as always with these Brickheads, you have these pieces right here, these little side pieces, and then I love how they always come with the little pink 2x2 brick as the brain. They do it in every single Brickheads. It's pretty funny. I'm just looking at the comments right now, so I'm a little quiet. We had some inappropriate language going on in the comments. Needed to take care of that. Promoted some people to moderators, so we're making that happen. Meredith will maybe make a visit. No promises, but she might come down and come down a little bit. I know she's watching here at the beginning, but I don't want to promise that she's going to come down because she's a little under the weather today. She's feeling a little sick. So, I mean, if you guys want to do, I don't know if there's like a sick emoji or like get well emoji. If you want to put that in the comments, I think that would be nice. She's not like super sick. She just has a very minor cold. It's not like she has the flu or anything like that. Yes, there we go. I see some like the emojis with the little. Oh yeah, there's definitely some. Oh cool, we got some donations. So first one is a $2 donation from Drew Brix. It says, "Which Star Wars set would you like for 2020?" So I assume you're talking about the January / I believe there's rumors that there's an April wave next year. So I'm looking for. So apparently they're in April of next year. They're making these. This is all just rumors, by the way. It's not confirmed. I believe they said there's supposed to be like a Boba Fett bust. So you guys remember? I think what was it? Star Wars Celebration this year. We got the Darth Vader bust, and then at Comic-Con we had that Sith Trooper bust, which is like that head and kind of a little bit of the shoulders. You know, a bust. And so apparently we're supposed to get like actual sets of those like sold, not just like exclusives. And so there's supposed to be like a Boba Fett one. I think like I forget what. I think there's a Stormtrooper. Anyhow, I'm looking forward to that. As for the January 2020 sets, I'm interested. There's this new vehicle called the TIE Dagger, I believe. I'm interested to see what that set's going to be like. They're supposed to bring back the Resistance Starfighter apparently, and we've already gotten that set not too long ago, so I'll be interested to see if we get that. So those are the sets I'm probably most looking forward to in 2020 that we know of this far. All right, so we got 2 donations from Brick Builder Studios. It says, "Get well soon" to Meredith. Oh, that's so nice. And the other, so we have another $5 donation from Brick Builder Studios. This is, "Hopefully you feel better" to Meredith. So very nice and kind of you. Thank you so much, man. Let's see. What are you guys saying here? Who's got some questions? I'm trying to think what else to talk about in terms of 2020 sets. Who's excited for Thanksgiving? I am building a turkey right now. I'm trying to think the other 2020 rumored sets. All right, so we got pretty terrible battle packs last year. I'm hoping we're getting some good ones this year. I heard the rumors, but no, there hasn't been any leaks. I've heard rumors about what the battle packs are, but there is no leaks or no leaked images, which is really rare. We're already towards the end of November, and the sets come out in probably about a month or two, and I can't believe we haven't gotten a single leak. Like, no, not even the really crappy image leaks of, the leaked Lego set pictures where it doesn't even have the completed figures or anything like that, and it's like made like it's like combobulated, like weird looking meshed figures. But yeah, to answer your question, Forever Lego Studio, I'm doing great. He asked how I was doing. I saw he did a wonderful review on my Minifigs for You figures. If you want to go check out his channel, Forever. I messed that up. Forever Lego Studios, forever in my heart. But yeah, thank you for asking. What 2018-2019 set should I get for Christmas? It has to be between $50 to $100. Thank you, first off, for being specific. Like, if you just ask me what Lego set I should get, like, that is so wide. I could be like, oh, well, you can get this expensive set. You get this. Thank you for giving me a budget price. Nobody seems to do that. I really appreciate you doing that. Fresh Bricks. He's the one who asked the question. So to answer your question, let's see. 2018 to 2019. All right. So, like, these are actually 2018 sets, I believe. Or are they 2019? I guess, didn't they come at the beginning of this year? I believe they're January sets. Or was it last year? So I guess these are 2018 sets. Could someone Can someone confirm that? I can't believe I don't know that off the top of my head, but I believe these came out in 2018, 2019. Anyhow, trying to think. I actually really like that Imperial dropship that I built last week. I've really enjoyed that set, and I've been price watching it on Amazon, and it came down to like $53 this week, and I was like, ooh, that's a steal deal. So I that's a great set for $50. So you said 50 to 100. What have we gotten this year that was like a standout? So I guess the Kylo Ren shuttle doesn't fall in that category because that's a $120 set. I'm trying to think. Because I'd say the Kylo Ren shuttle is the best out of the newest wave. I wouldn't recommend any of the... Well, the Mandalorian set. The Mandalorian ATST. Alright, so... Alright, that's what I'm going... I'd say the landing... What is it? The landing dropship or landing ship? Something like that. So, the Imperial dropship. Pretty sure that's what it's called. That one's great. You can get a good deal on Amazon for that for like $50 to $60. And then I'd say Mandalorian ATST. Those are two solid sets that are well priced. And I think the ATST is cheaper on Amazon now anyways. Like here, I'll check it out right now. I'm actually kind of curious to see how expensive it is. Let's see. Let's go to Amazon. Let's see. Lego ATST. Yeah, it's going for $40 right now, $39.99 in Amazon. So that's a steal deal. I absolutely recommend. I got it right here. This comes with really good minifigures. This set is fantastic. I think it's really well made. So I recommend the ATST for sure. But yeah. Sorry, that took me a little while to think about. I apologize. Which set from Rogue One is the best? Rogue One. That's tricky. I'm trying to think of all the Rogue One sets. I'd almost want to say the battle packs because they were solid battle packs. I really like the especially the Rebel battle packs. They're really good. I'm really happy. I think I bought I want to say 10 to 15 of them. I'm so happy I bought them because the Rebel figures you get in that are really good. I don't know. I'm trying to think. What else? Krennic shuttle was okay. I'm just looking at my shelf because this is where I keep off most of my Lego. You know what? Another idea, going back to that $50 to $100 set question, the Darth Vader castle on Amazon I think is under $100. I'd also recommend that too. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the battle packs. I'd say both the Stormtrooper and the Rebel battle pack were solid picks from the Rogue One line. They were really good. They were probably the last good battle packs we've gotten in the last couple of years. Here's hoping the 2020 battle packs are solid and don't come with figures that everybody hates, that nobody wants to buy gajillions of. I'm talking about the Jedi Clone Trooper battle pack. Got something stuck in my throat there, guys. Let's see. What are y'all talking about? He says the hover tank. That was an okay set. It's a cool looking set, but I haven't really ever used it for anything. I haven't really wanted to use it. It's a good set, but it's not amazing. It's just too much gray. And while that's coming from someone who's building Mandalore, which is majority grays, I think there's better sets. Do you think episode 9 is going to be awesome? I have a feeling that final act battle, which based off the trailers is going to be all those Imperial starships coming out of the ground or whatever. If that is the case, I have a feeling that could be one of the coolest Star Wars moments we've gotten yet. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Putting the little brickhead eyes on right now. Oh, he's got a little beak. This is so cute. I love this little guy. The Jedi and Clone Battle Pack is a sadder one, but I've already bought a bunch of them, so I'm not going back. All right, so I have a bunch of them too. I don't know how many. I think I have like 40 sitting over there, but I still think it's a terrible battle pack. Not because the clone troopers are bad, but just like nobody wants Jedi in a battle pack. And at least if you're gonna put a Jedi in a battle pack, don't make it like the lame Jedi. Like nobody wanted Barriss. Like just put like Anakin or Obi-Wan in it, or just Obi-Wan. Give us like the 2/12 battle pack was so good. Like, come on, Lego. I don't understand. They like have great battle packs. Like the 2014 battle packs were some of the best we've gotten since the 2008 ones or 2009 ones. Like, I don't understand. It's like so back and forth. I'm like looking at. I have most of the battle packs on these shelves over here, so I'm just looking at them. I'm like, obviously the 2007 battle packs, the original ones, were fantastic. The droid one, the original Stormtrooper dropship one with the Rebels, that was all solid as well. So can't go wrong with those. Yeah, jeez. 501st battle pack. Yeah, I know. Everybody wants that, but I don't know if we're really gonna get it or not. And if we are gonna get it, it's definitely not gonna be 2020. It would be at the end of the year, next year, if that even came true. Because if you guys don't realize, most Lego sets, from when they're actually like figured out, like, okay, we're gonna do this set, it's almost 2 years before it hits the shelves. So the only exceptions are like episode 9 sets or anything like movie related. Sometimes it's like a year, maybe a little bit more, but it's never less than a year. It's rare for a Lego set to be developed in less than a year, from what I've been told by the company. Look at the little feet. This is so cute. Alright. He's got his little gobble gobble feet. Who's ready for some turkey? I had some turkey actually at that wedding last weekend. It's pretty good. That's a lot of comments. I hate the clone and Jedi battle pack, but I adore the clones in it. If they change the design of them, I will be salty. What are your thoughts on the clones in the battle pack as figures alone? They're good figures. However, all I want for a battle pack, I just want. Here's the perfect battle pack. All right, you ready for this? The clone trooper that we get from this specific Republic fighter tank, the figure that comes in this. So it's the Phase 2 gunner. This one. And then the Microfighters Clone Turbo Tank. Everybody knows that set because the Phase 2 regular Clone Trooper, one of the rare Clone Troopers we've gotten, the basic one, it only came in 2 sets. It was that and the Christmas Advent Calendar. I want 3 regular clones and 1 clone gunner. Now, I do realize that the 2008 Clone Wars Battle Pack was basically the same, except it was the Clone Wars Phase 1 clones, but that's ideally what I want, is I want that clone gunner and I want 3 regular clones. If we got those, that would blow my mind and I would be so happy, and I'd go out to Walmart and buy all of their stock throughout my entire city and be so happy. But no, Lego just won't do that because they just don't want to please me. It's okay. They're not here to please me. They're here to sell sets to a wider general audience, and I understand that, but it does upset me a little. What do you guys think of my battle pack idea? I'm curious. Who's on board with my battle pack idea? 3 regular Phase 2 clones, specifically the ones from the Clone Turbo Tank Microfighter set, and then the clone gunner from the Republic Fighter Tank. That's also Phase 2. Who would be down for that? I feel like everybody would want that. Yeah. See, I'm seeing everybody saying like, yeah, I'd love that. Me, yes. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Ugh. I messed up. I like switched these bricks wrong. I was getting so angry and I messed up the bricks. My bad. Alright, we're basically done with this set. I just want to finish it up so we can move on to the General Grievous set. Oh, we got a little pumpkin. That's cute. I like the pumpkin. Who's ready for Thanksgiving? I'm trying to think. Does anybody other than the United States celebrate Thanksgiving? I feel like we're the only country that does that. It's so weird because like it's such a normal holiday in the U.S., but like everywhere else, I believe, is like, what is Thanksgiving? Do you like Star Wars a lot? I do. I feel like what's behind me kind of says it all. All right, here's our little gobble friend. This is adorable. I love this set. I think this is a $10 set. Easy peasy, would recommend. This is so nice. Great little set. I'm gonna put them right there. It's adorable. All right, let's move on to our next set. This is gonna be a quick and easy set. I can't believe this was a $30 set. Come on, Lego. This thing, I remember everybody reviewing it too when it first came out. It got so much slack. It's not a great set. Yes, it does have General Grievous, and Mace Windu's a decent figure, but he's not in anything new. But yeah, 150 pieces for $30. That is and there's really no reason to charge that. There's no big special pieces really in this set. I'm looking at it right now. General Grievous is no reason to upcharge this set that much. And you even get stickers. Like, they're not even printed pieces. Maybe I'm hating on it too much. Alright, so Comic Brix asks, what are your thoughts on the Coppa YouTube policy and how every LEGO video should be made for kids? Yeah, so I did watch Jane Brix video on this. He's definitely taken a much more stronger stance on the matter. I have... Let me open this first. I have wanted to make a video about this, and I still probably will. I'll probably make the video tomorrow. I've been just trying to think about it for the last couple of days and kind of collect my thoughts about what I want to do. I did look into what before I go into any details, let me explain what Coppa and all this made for kids crap is, because basically it doesn't apply to anybody except for people who actually make YouTube videos. So to all of you who don't make videos and just like watching videos, and there's nothing wrong with that, please do, basically this doesn't apply to anybody except for creators. So I apologize that we're bringing our drama to you, but it is a really big deal because I'd say the two main things are what makes this a big deal is two things. One, it removes comments from videos, so that's pretty bad. And two, it removes, like, I'd say nobody knows how much, but it does remove a significant amount of ad revenue, which, okay, great, money, who cares about that for like people who are watching videos, but it is a big deal for creators who, like me, kind of live on their own and actually survive off that type of money. Granted, it's not the only revenue I make, but it's still money that pays for rent and everything every month. It's not like I'm living at my parents' house or anything like that. So it's a big deal when ad revenue possibly could get cut in half. And then the other thing, I think the bigger deal here is that it's automatically, I feel like, limits like your audience. I don't know, like there's nothing specific about this, but like I'm just assuming basically that when you get a video that it's marked for made for kids, that automatically is just gonna put it to kids. And so does that mean that adults aren't going to watch it anymore? Like, there's a lot of questions here that aren't being answered. YouTube's kind of being a little, they're answering some stuff, but because this is kind of a legal issue that they can't give legal advice and all that crap, which is really terrible because that means it's all up to the creator's interpretation of like these rules and crap. But anyhow, let me explain. I'm like going more into it without explaining what it is. So Coppa is actually a U.S. Privacy Act / law that went into effect back in like the late 1990s, and all it was is basically preventing I want to say it basically prevents like when you sign up for a YouTube account, right? It says you have to be 13 years and older. That's Coppa. Coppa is saying that, unless there's a parent or guardian next to the child on the internet, that it shouldn't be allowed, blah, 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 blah. So that's basically what it's been doing for the last like 20 years is making it a little bit harder for children to get on YouTube videos and all that, or to get on the internet. But let's be honest, we all know that kids, especially 12 and under, go on the internet. So basically, because of that very reason, that younger kids, so we're talking 12 and under here, are going on the internet and basically watching YouTube videos or going to websites, whatever. And what's happening is that I feel like now everybody understands that basically Facebook, Google owns YouTube, Twitter, all these social media platforms, they're all free, right? They're all free to everybody, but everybody knows that there's ads in front of everything. And the way those ads work is that they get personalized to your viewing habits through algorithms and all kinds of crap. And so basically the FTC, the United States Federal Trade Commission, is saying that, okay, YouTube, Google, all these social media platforms, you guys are like targeting these kids with personalized ads and feeding stuff directly to them when you shouldn't be collecting data on them and all this stuff. And to the FTC's right, this makes sense. Like, children should not have personalized targeted ads to influence them at such a young age. I understand that. Like, that is an okay thing. But at the same time, I mean, you also have to look in the perspective, like, I grew up, in the early 2000s. And so when I was watching Disney Channel or Cartoon Network, weren't those ads on those television shows targeted ads for children because of the content on those channels? Like, I don't know. Doesn't make sense. Like, but then that's where the whole FTC issue is coming in, is that basically they want to apply this whole Coppa Act, this law, to YouTube now, where they want YouTube to stop, taking these personalized ads on YouTube. I'm sorry if I'm doing a horrible job explaining it. It's harder to explain it out loud than it is to think about it. But anyhow, so YouTube's basically having to, take this personalized ad stuff down, and that's affecting creators. And so the big effect here is that YouTubers like me have to either decide whether all of their content is quote unquote made for kids, and that made for kids can be interpreted in so many different ways. And so there's a lot of people like Brix that think Lego being a toy automatically means that by, like, I don't know whose description, that automatically means that content is made for kids, which is pretty crappy in my opinion. That you immediately assume that just because Lego is associated with kids, which it is, doesn't mean that your YouTube content is automatically made just for kids. So I did some tests last week on this, right? I wanted to see if my content was made for kids before I even looked at, like, when this happened like 2 months ago. YouTube said to the FTC, the United States Federal Trade Commission, that, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to tell YouTubers, hey, this is using our AI algorithms. We're going to tell online YouTube creators that are specifically making kid videos, we'll tell them which videos maybe should be marked as made for kids. And going back to what I was saying earlier, when you mark a video made for kids, you lose the comments, you lose ad revenue. Those are the two biggest things. I don't know what else happens. Like, maybe you're losing the adult audience too. That hasn't been really explained well, but that's what happens. So I know this is getting a little long. So when that happens, it's not the greatest thing for a content creator, because I'd say the comments are a bigger issue. The ad revenue is sucky for content creators who actually use that money and need it to make their channel thrive and actually live off of it, and all that jazz. So I did some tests last week, and I put out a survey on both Twitter and YouTube, And the bigger survey was definitely the YouTube one. And so I had 5,000, almost 6,000 people respond to the survey. And I asked if you were 13 years or older, or whether you were 12 years and older watching my content on YouTube. 96% said 13 years and older. 96. Only 4% of the, we'll just say 6,000 to round it off here. 4% of the 6,000 people that responded to that survey were under 13. And to answer everybody's other question, well, David, what about YouTube Analytics? YouTube Analytics doesn't work for this type of scenario, because when I go to my YouTube Analytics, it tells me I have like a weird split between all ages. Like it's like 20% 13 to 17, 22%, 20 to 30, and then like another 10% like 30 to 40. It's like it's all over the place, and it doesn't make any sense. Probably because a lot of I'd say some of the accounts are adult accounts, some of them are adult accounts that kids use. Hard to tell. It's just unreliable in that standpoint. So I wanted to ask my fans, my hardcore fans directly, and from the response I got, like, it's not even close to a second majority. So, I was looking through the FAQ of like what YouTube considers made for kids. Or like, well, if you make content that is, let's say you make content that you think is directly towards teenagers and adults, and that maybe children is a secondary audience, then you still have to market for made for kids. But I'd call 96% of 13 years and older, that's not even a secondary audience. 4%, that's like a minority, extreme minority. And I'd say that's the equivalent of, I don't know, someone who, like a tech reviewer or like a makeup reviewer, getting like a little bit of children in there, but it's nowhere near majority or even second majority. So for me personally, I think majority of my content is not made for kids. And so I disagree with Jane Brix, where he says that if it's Lego, it should automatically be not made for kids. And while he does make some good points that, like, yes, you can get sued and all of that, there's 23 million like YouTube accounts or YouTube creators. Is FTC really going to take the time out and like start suing all these creators? I really don't think that's going to happen. Maybe I'm being stubborn here. But just like in previous things, like the FTC, like sponsored videos and stuff like that, that's been a much bigger issue for like years now, and there hasn't been any super action on a bigger targeted scale. And so this whole Coppa thing, I think, is still gonna, while they are cracking down a good bit on it, I don't think they're gonna enforce it, but not to the margins that like Jane Brix was talking about. It was like everybody's gonna get sued $42,000 per video, and I'm like, bro, come on, like, that's very unlikely. So yeah, I think that's, yeah. Now, so for me personally, I don't think the whole made for kids thing applies to every single video of mine. And I'll get more into myself a little later, but I do want to address that this applies mainly to the Lego YouTube community, because there are channels that target kids. And while I'm not one of them, I've always thought that most of my content is for people who are 13 years and older. And while if you're under 12 or 12 or under, that's fine. But I always felt, and have now been confirmed for the majority, that most of my audience is at least 13. And I've met a lot of people in person at like Star Wars Celebration. I have fans that are even in their 30s that are huge Star Wars fans. So I would absolutely call my content not made for kids, at least my newer content. Maybe back in the day, and I'll talk more about this in a little bit. Maybe back in the day, some of that content was a little more kid or child appealing, but I'd say nowadays it's more appealing to a teenage and adult audience is kind of where I hit home with. But the thing is I cover Star Wars mostly, which is a PG-13 movie, so it's obviously meant for 13 and up. And I totally understand that Star Wars definitely appeals to kids, but it is still, even like the Motion Picture Association recommends that it's something that children shouldn't watch and blah blah blah. So there's time. I feel like there's a lot of loopholes here with that understanding. that you can go off of. But there is Lego City, there's Ninjago, there's plenty Lego Friends. Those are all themes that are very much targeted for kids 12 and under. And while there's definitely an adult audience there, I feel like YouTube channels that cover those themes, those are absolutely probably made for kid type of videos. And I think that's the bigger issue, is not like my channel specifically, but the channels that target those younger kids and that have a very kid focused I don't know, driven aspect to their channel. Like the way they talk is maybe a little simpler, and that they're trying to be friendly and as simplistic, or maybe they don't even talk in the video, and that it's trying to be the most broadest possible video to the biggest possible audience. And there's plenty of Lego YouTube channels that are like that, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that does bring the issue of the whole made for kids thing. So I'd say for me personally, it's not a humongous deal, because I would say a lot of my content is not made for kids specifically. And again, going back to what Brix said and his very long rant video, that his outlook on it is that anything Lego, no matter what theme it is, even Marvel and Star Wars, is automatically made for kids. And while I can understand that viewpoint, I specifically am looking at my own audience and my specific like goals and what I've always been doing for the last couple of years. It doesn't make sense to say my content's made for kids. So now we got that out of the way. I'd say this is a huge issue for YouTube channels that target that. So I got a $2 donation from Crash the Bird. He didn't say anything, but thank you so much for the $2 donation. But yeah, I'd say the bigger issue here is definitely the YouTube channels that are kid focused. And if you know who those are, great. If you don't, you can look them up. I can't really name any off the top of my head. But yeah, I'd say that's the bigger issue. I think YouTubers that are making mocks and that are making very specialty Lego things that are obviously appealing to teenagers and adults, and maybe some children. Again, we're talking like anywhere between 5 to 10% is your audience of children 12 and under. I think you're okay with not marking your video made for kids. So saying, no, this video isn't made for kids, because I think that's a fair argument, even if it is a Lego based video. So to back up that claim too, and Brix really went over this and just automatically called YouTube's AI algorithm like BS and that you can't trust that. I went in and I saw how many videos were marked made for kids on my YouTube channel. So let me open this bag first and I'll continue talking about this. Actually, let me get my scissors to get this General Grievous figure stuff open too, so I don't have to deal with this. So I just got a comment saying a YouTuber called Afelman. I haven't heard of him, but apparently he's leaving YouTube because of this whole Coppa thing. I find that frustrating that they think they should leave it. I guess because they're just afraid of getting sued. And I'm not saying that I'm rich or anything and can afford getting sued and going to court. Probably can't. So yeah, I'm taking a risk, sure, but I personally just feel like it's not going to go that far. I feel like if you are a Lego YouTuber and you're worried about this, I'd say stick to the older adult themes, and I'd say if you really want to continue the YouTube channel and not get penalized of no comments and less ad revenue, then I'd say stick to the older themes or make your own creations, or just make it so it's a little more adult friendly. And again, I've gotten so many people saying, well, that doesn't make any difference whether you cuss in the video. I don't think that makes a difference. I just think if you're like, a great example is like that what's his face, Nazi Zombies or Nazi something. It's this YouTuber who has like 1 million subscribers, and he makes like Lego guns and stuff like that. Like, come on, like Lego guns like that. Yes, I'm sure some kids will be appealing, like that will appeal to some kids, but I'd say that's definitely more appealing to a wider audience. So I'd say like he's a great example of like where I'm sure he could probably get away with marking most of his content not made for kids. But anybody who's doing like, you know, child themes, I feel like you're on closer edge waters there. Yeah, where am I going with this? I'm just trying to think it all. Like, this is a very long conversation. But let me go ahead and finish up with where I was going with my channel. But I went into my channel to see what the AI algorithm, YouTube basically last week went through all YouTube videos that are even remotely close to having content made for kids, and said these videos could be considered made for kids, and these videos aren't. You know, there's definitely some wiggle room in there of like, oh, this was a mistake, oh, this wasn't, blah 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 blah. And so I went in and I saw that I think it was 75 videos were marked as made for kids out of 603 videos on my channel. 75 of 603. Do the math, that's 12% of all my videos were marked made for kids. Only 12%. So that means 88% based off YouTube's algorithm is saying that my content isn't made for kids, that it's appealing to a wider, bigger audience that is above the 12 and under market. And that kind of, I looked at that after I saw my results from my survey, and that kind of matches up. Like 12% of my video content is what YouTube is saying is made for kids, and then my survey of asking my fans of how many of you are above the age of 13, and it was like 96%, 4% said no. And I feel like if that was like 15,000 or 20,000 people to answer, I think I'd say the percentage is almost going to be the same, where it's going to be like 12, anywhere between 5 to 15% are going to say I am 12 and under, and then the rest is going to be older than 13. So because of that, you know, not only is it just the YouTube algorithm, but also my own survey, those two things I feel like are making a lot of sense to me in terms of like where I stand on terms of the made for kids thing. I'd say 12% of my videos being marked made for kids is like nothing. That's not a majority, or again, that's another minority. That's not even a second majority, not even close. So that's where I stand on it. And out of those 12%, I'd say out of the 75 videos that were made for kids, I'd say maybe like 50 of them are definitely kid-related videos. And literally, okay, so here's the biggest thing that really surprised me, is that when I started looking into it, I didn't get a single, I didn't get any video marked made for kids until I went all the way back to 2014, except for 2 videos. So there's 2 videos in the last 5 years that I've been making YouTube videos. Only 2 were marked made for kids. One of them, I don't know why, was the Lego Friends. Not the you know, Heart Lake City Friends. This is the TV show, you know, Warner Brothers, that just, you know, the Lego idea set, that review with Meredith, that was marked made for kids. And I'm like, this is literally a TV show that came out in the 90s. Like, everybody who watched this are like in their 20s or 30s today. There's no way this is a made for kids YouTube video. Like, the appeal to that is absolutely to adults and adults alone. There's no kids that are 12 and under that are even familiar with the show. So I immediately was just like, okay, that was some weird fluke. And then the other one out of the last 5 years was this Han Solo. One of the Han Solo Lego sets was one of the reviews was marked for made for kids. And so to my point here, here's where I'm going with this. Last 5 years, I've been doing my mock series, and I started Kashyyyk at the very end of 2013, right at the beginning of 2014, and not a single mock video was marked made for kids. Not a single weekly segment of Kashyyyk, not the finale, not Scarif, not Crate, and not Mandalore. Not any of those videos were marked made for kids, which like was immediately shocking, but also like it made me very happy because I'd say that's my majority biggest content on this channel, and not a single one of those, nothing was made marked for kids. And while I'm sure, again, YouTube's algorithm isn't perfect, it does, I feel like, reflect a little bit. It's not like taking, it's not just taking guesses. It's literally using realistic information, considering that this is the same company that is the best tracker in the world of personalized ads. I'd say you can give them a little wiggle room here and say that they do a pretty decent job at figuring out, for the majority of like what is the bigger audience, because they're having to figure out those personal ads in the first place. So that was a huge revelation for me. I'm curious to see what you guys see about this. But yeah, that was shocking to me. So I only had 2 videos in the last 5 years. One of them didn't make any sense, that were marked for made for kids. And in all of the other 75 videos past 2014, every single one of them was a review. No, I don't. This is also kind of shocking. None of my Clone Army videos, going all the way back to 2008, not a single one of them were marked made for kids. Which I'd argue at least the first 1 or 2 of those was probably more kid appealing, because I was like 12 or 13 when I made those. So I was kind of laughing at that. And again, I'm given some wiggle room where I'm like, okay, so this isn't the most accurate thing in the world. But it's interesting to see what the AI algorithm was picking out, what was made for kids and what wasn't. So I found that kind of interesting. But yeah, every single one of the 75 marked made for kids for me were all reviews from pre-2014, which is pretty nuts. I'm trying to think. Specifically, what also shocked me is that it was always reviews that, again, these are almost all of them are reviews from 2014 and beyond, back to 2008 when I started my YouTube channel. And none of my reviews, like none of the Force Awakens reviews, Rogue One, Last Jedi, and now all the way up to here where we're at, Rise of Skywalker, none of the newest stuff has been marked made for kids at all. And I'd say that's probably because I'm almost 23. I'm an adult. I feel like I appeal more to teenagers than adults, and I feel like that's actually being reflected in my YouTube audience. The survey backed it up. The YouTube algorithm kind of makes sense in that regard. So this is where I go back to Brix video where he's like, "Oh man, if it's Lego, it should automatically be made for kids," and I disagree with that. I think it should be a case by case. And all of that. So I also want to note that YouTube gives you the option where you can say your entire channel is definitely not made for kids, or you can do case by case, which is you have to decide with every single video whether that's a kid video or not, or you have to say your entire channel is definitely made for kids. Jang is trying to make the argument that his entire channel is made for kids. I would definitely disagree with that. 100% actually. So I'm probably like, for the last week, I've been trying to figure out whether I was going to mark my channel as either a case by case. So per video, I was going to go through and figure out whether this is made for kids or not, or whether I was just going to mark my channel completely not made for kids. And while it's tempting to do that, not made for kids, especially after the fact that majority of my content is by the AI algorithm is showing that it's majority to 13 years and up for my audience, and my own surveys back that up too. But I'd say there's still some of my, when I was younger, because I started my YouTube channel, let's see, I started in 2008. How old was I in 2008? I was 11 or 12 when I think I was 12 when I started my YouTube. Yeah, 12 years old when I started my YouTube channel. So I'd say the videos that were marked in 2008, 2009 should definitely be marked made for kids. And so I'm gonna go probably case by case, because I think my older content is I'm probably gonna agree with what most of the YouTube algorithm is saying, is that probably should be marked made for kids, because I was a kid at the time. But I'd say again, pretty much everything after 2013, 2014 is content that isn't made for kids, because that's when I started doing my mock series. My YouTube reviews changed where I wasn't behind the camera, I was in front of the camera. That changed, I believe, I think I started doing that in 2014, 2015. I think it was 2014 when I started doing that. And that's also when the reviews stopped getting the made for kids thing. So I'm going to go through my content and mark my older content as made for kids, and that all my newest content will be marked not made for kids. And I feel like from here on out, I feel like that will be the case for me. And then that'll be it. So that's where I stand on it, is that I think my older content is definitely made for kids, but all of my newer content from the last couple years is definitely not specifically made for kids, and that it shouldn't be marked as that. I think it's unfair because, like, I've seen, like, a great other channel that I feel like I appeal with is I met Star Wars Theory. If you guys know his YouTube channel, he's got 1 million plus subscribers. I met him at Star Wars Celebration. Really nice guy. He was actually following my Mandalore series, and I noticed some of his similar fans were also following it, and he definitely appeals to the teenage and young adult market of people watching on YouTube. So I feel like it's silly to consider any of my mock series made for kids, because it's the stuff I make, the mocks that I've made, they are, yes, a kid could make them. I'm not saying that you couldn't make them, but there's definitely something that there's no kid under 12 years old that's going to spend 2 years working on one specific, I'm talking about Kashyyyk, on one specific mock. Because, like, I've seen so many kids where their burnout is like a month working on one thing. And so in my head, maybe I'm being stubborn, but, like, it doesn't make any sense to say that any of my mock series is kid focused content. And I say kid meaning 12 and under. Some people consider kids older than that, but by law in the United States, it's 12 and under. And so I think my content appeals to that older audience. So yeah, man, I've been talking about this for like 40 minutes. All right, I think I finally finished it. I went so many directions with that. I am really bad. This is why I need to make a video tomorrow about this, because I can edit the video and make it a lot more structured than me just spitting out all kinds of different things. So I apologize for, like, going all over the place with that. But yeah, so I'm going to probably mark my channel as case by case. So video by video, I'm going to figure out what videos should be classified as made for kids. And that's pretty much going to be just content prior to 2014. And that isn't going to be a huge deal in terms of ad revenue for me. Pretty much all my ad revenue is driven by videos from 2014 to now. So there might be, like, a very minimal difference. I'd say the only sucky thing is that I'm going to lose comments on those videos. So that's unfortunate. But other than that, that's what's happening for my channel. I'm not leaving YouTube because of it. I think YouTubers that are giving up on this made for kids thing just because of this is, they're letting the FTC basically scare them. And, I understand, like, yeah, getting sued $42,000 for one single YouTube video, it sounds scary, but how realistic is it? Pretty unrealistic. I'd be shocked, and I'd be really shocked if that really happened. And if it did happen, I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to keep watching, as this doesn't go into effect until January, so it's still got a couple months until this starts happening. But until I see, someone in the, I don't know, who can actually afford getting, because I feel like the FTC is going to go after the bigger fish, YouTubers in the millions, where they have a much more, broader appeal to kids. Channels like me that are in the, under 500,000, it's not as a big deal to them. And while they're claiming that, yeah, we're going to go after every single creator, I really think that if they're going to take effect on this, they're going to start with the bigger channels that can actually afford, possibly getting sued and all of that, and take that small hit before they start clamoring on smaller channels. So I want to wait until next year and see if that even happens. If it doesn't, and FTC is just like, all right, everybody's marking the made for kids things, good, we're not going to do any suing or anything like that, then there we go. So I will keep a watch on this. I'm going to see if anybody actually gets sued by the FTC. And if that does happen, I'm going to look at that and see, could this actually happen to me? And if that happens, I'll readjust and look back and scrutinize my content a little bit more. But for now, I'd say, again, with what YouTube, I'm going to pretty much agree with most of the YouTube algorithm and say that those 75 videos are probably made for kids videos, except for like maybe 10 of them. But the rest, I'm going to keep probably, open. I'll probably most of the content prior to 2012 should be marked made for kids on my channel, and I'm fine with that, and that isn't going to be a big deal in terms of my ad revenue and the money I make through the channel. This is actually this is a bigger set, but still not $30 worth. But yeah, that's what I'm doing for that. All right, so I finished the set. Why was this $30? It's a good set. I don't think it's that bad. It's not the most appealing. There's literally, is there any functions to this? Oh, there's some spring-loaded missiles. I don't know where they are. I built them into this thing. Oh, here they are. They're on the sides. Yeah, so you have 2 little spring-loaded missiles. I'm not even going to put them in because I hate them. Not a big fan of those. At least it does actually have... Oh, so you have storage underneath for General Grievous' lightsabers. That's kind of neat. So fun fact about this set, this is actually based off unreleased Clone Wars episodes. It was supposed to be in some episodes that it didn't make into full finalized episodes. They're in some pre-production episodes that Lucasfilm released a couple years ago. But it's kind of cool that we got this. It's one of the last Clone Wars sets we've gotten in the last couple years, so it's neat to have it. This should be a $15 set, not a $30 set, but it's not bad. All right, let's move on to the X-Wing. Alex asked, if you had to switch off YouTube to another platform, what would you be? Yeah, see, this is the other thing. It doesn't make any difference if you go to a different platform. This isn't a YouTube issue. This is actually a FTC, United States government law issue. So it's not YouTube that needs to change here for this whole Made for Kids thing. It's the government. This is a law. This isn't a YouTube issue. This is a government FTC issue. So I don't blame YouTube for doing any of this. I blame the FTC. All right. This looks like a sizable set. I think this, what does this set go for? I think it went for $70 or $80 in the US. This is a big booklet. Wish it had the cardboard because it's a little bent, but not bad. 5, 4, 3. There's 2. And I got a 6. Alright. Let's build this bad boy. I'm looking forward to it. The new version of the X-Wing. Weirdly, it comes with the new pilot helmets, and even though LEGO hasn't used the new pilot helmets in other sets. I don't know what's up with that. Alright, but I'm done talking about the FTC because that was a long conversation. I'm so sorry if that was like kind of messy with how I talked about it. It's just, there's so much there that it's hard to, especially with me, I've had so many different thoughts about it. But personally, I'm not letting it get to me. I think it is a big deal for the LEGO YouTube community and for channels that are more kid-focused and have been appealing to kids more, that this is a big deal for them. I'm not going to let it get to me, personally. And again, based off like all the things I've seen on my channel and the surveys I've done and all of that, I don't think there's any reason to mark my entire channel Made for Kids, even though I use LEGO to make my videos. So I'm not going to let that get to me. And again, I'll keep a watch out as we go into the new year. I'm going to keep a watch out and see if anybody's actually getting sued by the FTC and how hard they're going to go about this. And maybe I'll make some more adjustments and talk to you guys about it then. But for now, I'm going to mark some of my older content as Made for Kids. And it's not going to be a huge deal in terms of my channel. Because pretty much all my content within the last 5 years and more is definitely not kid focused. So the white is more accurate. I thought the tan was more accurate. No, the X-wing is definitely a tan. I'm sorry, not a tan. It's definitely more of a white ship than it is a tan ship. The tan that you see on an X-wing is literally just the dirt and debris. It doesn't actually reflect super well to what the actual X-wing looks like. I'm really excited about this set, actually. So I actually gave one of these X-wings away, and who I gave it to wanted me to help them build it. And so I started building this set, but we couldn't finish it because I was on like a time crunch. So I actually have technically built a little bit of this set, but not all of it. So I don't know. I think I built this like a year ago too, so it's been a while. So I wouldn't say I remember everything about it, but it's kind of funny that I'm building it again a little bit. I think I stopped building it as soon as I got to the wings. So, yeah, I don't know. Fun fact. But from what I remember, this is a pretty fun build, I think. All right, but let's see. What are you guys talking about? Simone says it's an $80 set. Okay, so it's an $80 X-wing. Fox Leader says 25 million plus people versus the government. Easy win for the people. I agree with that. I really, really find it hard to believe that the FTC is really going to go that hard after content creators that are making content for kids. Like, it's just punishment for us trying to make kids happy. Like, how messed up is that? Personally, if you want to hear, hold on. Oh shoot, I messed this up. All right, I'll give you my personal thoughts on where I stand on this. Personally, I do think it's a big issue that YouTube and Google and Facebook and all these big social media companies, they should not be targeting kids and trying to make money off, children, because they're innocent and they don't know what's going on and they don't know. But I mean, same case for adults. Like, most adults, while we know it's going on, pretty much everybody doesn't care. Me personally, here's my stance on like personalized ads: is I've got ad block on every single device I own. I pay for YouTube Red or YouTube Premium now. I pay for anytime I can get rid of ads, so that on like I don't have cable. I do everything through Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO. What else is there? There's Hulu. I don't really watch Hulu because that has ads. But I have basically, within the last 5 years, I have turned myself so I can ignore as many ads as possible. And so if I'm a parent and I'm worried about my child getting brainwashed by ads, that's the correct step to take. Yes, it costs you money, but it's the easiest way to get around ads and period. Because, yeah, you're still taking away the personalized aspect, but the kids that are still going to go watch on YouTube that are these made for kids videos, they're still going to have ads. Maybe they aren't specifically targeted to them, but you're still brainwashing the kid in the ads in general. So I don't really feel like you're solving the full issue here. You're maybe solving half the issue. I feel like the bigger issue is just make parents aware, and if they want to take that step, do what I do. Pay for all these subscriptions, get rid of cable, make it so that kids don't see the ads. There's ways to do this. I have done it, and guess what? I'm happy. I don't get personalized ads that much. The only personalized ads that I can't really get around is when I go on Facebook and Twitter, and I'm trying to think what else. I think that's it. Just those social media apps. And I don't go on them that often. Sometimes they do actually swindle me into some of the ads, but I've never bought anything. I'm aware of that. And that's my personal stance, is that you should make parents aware of this issue. And if they want to take action, they don't want their children to be brainwashed by Google or whatever with their personalized ads, then there's ways around it. There's absolutely ways around it. And that's my stance, is that it should be up to the parents whether they want to take action or not. I don't think content creators should be the ones being punished by this, because again, it's not even solving the entire problem. It's just solving maybe a little bit of the aspect of the problem. And that's my personal stance. You might have a different opinion. This is getting a little political, and that's totally fine if you have a different opinion on it. That's just how I feel about it. I don't like ads, even though that's how I make revenue through YouTube, is through ads and donations from you guys. I find it ironic that I try to, get past them as much as I can. But yeah, that's how I see it, is that there should always be a way to remove ads. And I'd say subscriptions are probably the best way to do it. So I feel like there should be a subscription model for Facebook and Twitter. Yes, they're free services, but there should be a way to be $3, $5 a month to get rid of ads or whatever. So that way Facebook's still making their money and everybody's still happy. And you get rid of the ads for your children, whatever. That's where I stand on it. Maybe that's a little silly thinking, but I don't know. That's how I'd do it. I'd just make it so there's a way to get rid of all ads on the internet, and you just have to pay for it. And then if you don't want to pay for it, there is still ad block and other options to get around it. So you don't have to necessarily pay for it. And yes, these are technically, I don't know, ad block is considered illegal. I don't think it is, because even Apple kind of approves of ad block. So I don't think it's illegal to have ad block on your Chrome browser, Safari, whatever internet browser you use on your main computer. And by the way, you can get ad block on iPhones and iPads too. I have all of that. Like my iPhone, my iPad, they both have. There's these. Apple came out, I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago. Apple made it so if you download, apps, there's a way to have an app trigger this function to make it so you don't see any ads on Safari when you browse the web. Now, it doesn't work for YouTube apps or anything like that, hence why I have the YouTube Premium subscription. But when I am browsing on I'm sorry to say this to Brixset.com, but they're a great example where they have a lot of ads all over their website, and that's totally fine because that's how they make a lot of their money. But when I have that ad block function on, I don't see any of those ads. And while I'm a terrible person because I'm not basically making them any money, it's not letting me see ads, and that basically is allowing me not to get brainwashed by all these, personalized cookie ads, whatever. That's how I have gone about it from the last couple of years, and I don't think a lot of people know they even have that option to basically remove most of the ads they see in their daily lives if they're that worried about it. But yeah, and then email stuff, everybody knows that. Come on, everybody knows spam and stuff like that, so I don't think that's a huge issue. That's how I've gone about it. I personally think that if you're that worried about ads as a parent, it should be up to the parent to figure out a way, and there definitely is a way to get around it. That's my personal stance. I don't think content creators should be punished for this issue. Because all we're doing is making content for kids. We're not the ones serving the ads or anything like that. We're not doing the data tracking. All we're trying to do is just make our hobbies, somewhat profitable. In terms of making, basically, I'd say a majority of the LEGO YouTube channels, especially the smaller ones, they're doing it for two reasons. One, to basically maybe they're trying to inform you guys of something cool about Lego, or showing a review of a set. There's nothing wrong with that. Or maybe they're trying to make this mock and they need the ad revenue within the video. Usually the smaller YouTube channels are always trying to they're just trying to make their Lego hobby bigger and trying to make their whole YouTube channel bigger. They're never in it just for the money for the most part, I would say. And if they are getting money, almost always they're putting that money back into buying more sets or buying stuff off Bricklink to make their thing more appealing. All right, so we have a $5 donation from Vader X Brix. He says, excuse me, used to do a Lego channel but had to stop because I went to college for a Bachelor's in digital art. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I got a BA in film. Glad I don't have to worry about that law. Still love Lego Star Wars. Yeah, I'd still like. I don't even. I think as long as the theme that you're doing is can be considered more to teenagers and adults, I think you can continue doing your YouTube channel business as usual. I think it's just the channels that like focus on like Ninjago or any of the other hardcore kid themes. I think then you're running into some issues there. But even so, I don't think that should be the real reason why you can't make YouTube videos. But yeah, I still think it's just sucky that they're punishing YouTubers in general because it's not even solving the entire problem. So the Crimson Captain said, "You appeal to kids, lose comments and ad revenue. You appeal to a more mature audience, demonetized." Yeah, There's a lot of different barriers depending on what content you go with on YouTube. I mean, it's definitely a much different platform than it used to be. I'll tell you that right now, because I've been on YouTube for 11 years now, and I can tell you it's changed a lot over the last 11 years. For good or better, I don't know. Probably not for the better, but yeah, it's definitely different than what it used to be. It's better in some aspects, worse in others, so I don't know, hard to say there. How do you like The Mandalorian so far? Yeah, let's talk about that, because last week it was a day before The Mandalorian came out. Let's talk about The Mandalorian. I absolutely love The Mandalorian TV show. So we got our first 2 episodes last week. So if you're watching this live stream, maybe the 3rd or 4th or even the entire season's out. But so far, our first 2 episodes have been fantastic. All right, so let's see how many people are watching right now. How many people? We got 118. That's fantastic. Thank you guys. Give it a big like if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. We're an hour and 12 minutes into the live stream. It's not bad. But anyhow, let's talk about The Mandalorian. So I'm going to talk spoilers. So mute your mic, or not mute your mic. Mute your speakers, because I'm going to talk spoilers. Nothing crazy. Okay, yeah, I'm going to talk spoilers. I'm going to talk crazy, heavy spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled by it, just mute it. I'm probably going to talk about it for the next 5 minutes. So if you just want to watch me build silently, you can do that. But first off, I just want to say the second episode featuring Jawas is amazing. I thought that was one of the best things I've seen in Star Wars in a while. That was like so unexpected. Like, and it also makes me think, are we on Tatooine? Like, they never really clarified what planet Baby Yoda is on. Could be Tatooine, could be just another planet that Jawas are so happen to be on. And I believe Jawas aren't specifically native to Tatooine, so I don't know. It just also reminded me of Tatooine because of the moisture farms. I forget what the guy's name. The guy who says, "I have spoken." That character. The moisture farms kind of also reminded me of Tatooine. But again, I'm very aware that moisture farms and Jawas and all of that are not specifically just for Tatooine. But I thought that was really awesome. Let's see. I'm curious when I started talking Mandalorian spoilers. Yeah, not even. Only one person went away. It went from 118 to 117. So okay, we're good talking spoilers without everybody like running away. But yeah, I thought the Jawa scene was fantastic. Baby Yoda is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I absolutely love it. I really like IG-11. Thought he was a standout character. We're obviously going to get more of him. If any of you guys thought like, oh man, he's dead, he's totally not. He's just probably going to get fixed, and then we'll see him probably in like 1 or 2 episodes from now. Probably, I assume we'll see IG-11 next episode, in the 3rd or 4th episode. Yeah, he's a great character. We haven't gotten the I forget the girl's name. I don't remember. I don't know the box near me, but she comes in the ATST. think it's like Kara. Is it Kara? I think it's Kara something. We haven't gotten her yet in the show. I'm curious to see what her character is going to be like. And apparently she's like an ex-rebel fighter or something. So I'm really curious to see that. And then what I find more interesting is like where are they going with Baby Yoda? Because like the Mandalorian like killed IG-11 because he didn't want him to kill the baby. But at the same time, he keeps talking to the second episode like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to get the bounty off this. While he's not going to kill Baby Yoda, is he actually still going to turn it in for the reward is still like a big kind of up in the air. I personally don't think he's going to do it. I think we're going to see some character development here and actually see him come through and not do that. Hold on. What? Did I mess something up? Guess I did by accident. Oh well. Not the biggest deal in the world. But yeah. So I'll be interested to see that. I really love these new pilot helmets. But yeah, that's my thoughts on The Mandalorian. Some real good standout moments. The character himself is fantastic. Can't wait to see where he goes. Yeah. What do you guys think of The Mandalorian? Yeah, he hasn't taken his helmet off yet on the show. Yeah, that's not a big deal to me. I don't even care if we don't even see him take off the helmet this season. Like, it'd be fine if we wait till next season for the big reveal. I kind of like how they're kind of hyping it up, basically. Like Phasma, basically. We didn't even see Phasma's full face. We just saw an eye. And we had to wait, what? What was it was 2015 to 2017. That was like 2-3 years. We had to wait just to see Phasma's eye. So if we have to wait one more year to see the second season of The Mandalorian until we see him take the helmet off, that's fine with me. And also, I don't even care if they take his helmet off because I saw someone on like Twitter, I think it was on Facebook actually, on one of the Facebook groups, that made a good comparison that the Mandalorian, I can see why I'm liking him so much, is he actually reminds me quite a bit of Master Chief, where he's kind of, he only talks a little bit when he does. He's pretty, he kind of sets the tone or whatever. Pretty much just like Master Chief from the Halo games. Very similar character who never takes their helmet off. We've actually seen a little bit of his face in like the newer games, but never like his entire face or anything like that. So I kind of like that mystery and how you develop a character that you never actually see the face of. Like Halo is a great example of how you can totally make that work. The newer Halo games, especially Halo 4, were a great example showing that a character with their helmet on can work, and that you don't have to have them take their mask off. So, yeah. Oh. You're talking about Mandalorian? Yeah, I'm talking about how the Mandalorian is similar to Master Chief. Do you want to come say hi to everybody? I'm sure they're going to freak out, as they always do.
I look a little gross right now, but that's okay.
Do you want to grab a chair? Got one right there.
Okay.
You can just come down to visit?
Yep, just come to say hi. I heard you ranting on and on about the YouTube
FCC
thing.
I went so far on that.
You went very in.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
There's so much there. And
it's a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Hi, Meredith. How are you?
I'm excellent. Simeon doesn't want spoilers for Mandalore.
Oof.
The Mandalorian.
There's definitely ways to watch the show if you can't get Disney Plus.
Yes.
You don't have an excuses not to watch it.
And yes, I've been watching it with him and I love it.
Oh
no, my tea's dripping.
You got tea on the, oh god, like.
Oh well. You're not gonna come back and look at it. I heard you complaining about the set too, so.
What? I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna look back through this.
I wasn't complaining about it, was I?
I think you were a little.
I don't think I was.
I don't know, my tea's dripping, but that's okay.
Dripping?
It's dripping.
You're adorable.
How are you guys tonight? But yeah, The Mandalorian's amazing. How's building going?
It's going pretty well.
You're more than welcome to continue talking about Mandalore or The Mandalorian.
What are they saying?
Disney Plus ain't working for me, so had to watch reactions and breakdowns so I wouldn't be spoiled. What? It's not working for you? You should call and complain. Full white mom Karen on him.
Call and complain. White mom. Why
mom
Karen?
I don't know. Karen's just such a white mom name.
Oh,
Karen. Who else?
Oh man.
Yeah, I feel like Karen's the go-to, or Linda. Like complaining to them. I don't know.
I could see a Linda. Yeah.
Have you heard about Noelle on Disney Plus? Somebody was asking about that.
The one
That's
with
Anna Kendrick in it.
I don't feel like watching
iffy
it.
About it.
Looks too weird.
It does.
Doesn't feel like the most interesting.
It doesn't seem like super Christmassy.
Meredith was watching Sweet Life on Deck earlier today.
I was. I'm a huge Sweet Life Zack and Cody fan.
So we're already getting our nostalgia.
Oh yeah,
flame
our nostalgia
from it.
trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to watch Kim Possible again.
Oh my gosh. The old cartoon The Replacements got me going too. I saw it on there.
You freaked out over that.
Snow Buddies is on there. I plan to make full use of watching all the Golden Retriever movies.
That's adorable.
Cars. Cars is a big one.
They have all the Pixar films.
I know. I love Cars.
You love Ratatouille.
Oh, I'm very excited about Ratatouille. I'm going to cook tomorrow night. We're going to cook some salmon tomorrow night, and I want to watch Ratatouille while we cook.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. We can do that.
I feel like that's going to be the new thing for me to do now. Lady and the Tramp, the newer one. How do you feel about that? I'm not really sure how partial I am to it.
I don't know if I'm going to watch it.
I don't really know if I want to either. It's nice that I don't have to go to a theater and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it's just going to be on Disney Plus, so I don't have to spend more money to go see it in a theater.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Stormy Builds is asking how you're doing.
On the build?
Or in general. How's your mental status tonight?
My mental status?
Yeah.
A little overwhelmed by the FTC crap.
Really?
Just a little.
Are you done talking about The Mandalorian yet? Simeon wants to know.
Yeah, I'm done talking about it for now. Yes,
he is. I don't even know if he can hear me. But oh well. There's a Halo TV show?
Yeah, it's coming out next year.
Fox leaders asking, how do you feel about the mess that has become of the Halo TV show?
It's not a mess. They're just, okay, well, it's a little messy. They're just recasting characters as not people that they expected to cast. I'm optimistic about it. They got Master Chief and Cortana right in terms of their casting, so...
So wait, they're not going to use the voices? Is this a live show?
Yeah, it's live action.
Gotcha.
It's equivalent to they're spending just as much as they spend on the Mandalorian show. God. So it's going to be equivalent to that.
Let's see, Jamie. We've watched, what Marvel movies have we watched? What are you building, by the way?
X-Wing.
Oh, another one?
Mm-hmm.
Haven't you built 6 of those?
Yeah, I have, honestly.
We've watched Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Captain America.
Oh.
I tried to start watching Captain Marvel again, and I just couldn't do it to myself.
Why?
I love Brie Larson, don't get me wrong. But there's just something about her that kind of irritates me on a Monday. I don't know. Voltage, Brad. My name's Meredith. Thank you. Thanks, Simeon.
Oh.
Excuse me.
You alright?
Oh, I'm grand. You can hear it in my voice.
I'm sorry.
Are you having fun down here? Yeah.
Blast.
Well, you can say that and sound convincing at least.
Oof. Is that a...
You're sick too. I'm sorry, Liam McKee. Being sick's not fun. No, I just like tea. But it also helps that I'm sick, so I have a bigger excuse to drink the copious amounts of tea that I am right now. So.
Does it? That just gives you an excuse, huh?
And it's in my favorite mug of all time. So. All is well.
All right, there we go. Sorry, I needed to fix something.
Thoughts on Jedi Fallen Order? I don't know what that is.
It's a new video game. Yeah, I've seen the cutscenes, the first half, and I also accidentally watched the ending of that game, and I kind of wish I didn't.
Is it good?
It's pretty good, actually. It's actually, to everybody's surprise, it's a really good game.
Is this something you would want for Christmas?
I kind of wrote it off. I thought it was going to be a terrible game. The trailers didn't
you
make it out
wrote
that
it off,
great.
and you haven't even tried it yet?
Well, I don't know. It's just the last couple Star
Very
Wars
judgmental,
games.
David Hall.
Well,
very judgmental.
To my point.
Oh, now you're gonna try to cover it up and make excuses?
To my point is that the last couple Star Wars games have been pretty bad.
Have they really?
Yeah.
There's other Star Wars games.
Battlefront, yeah.
I guess there was like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody video games way back.
On like the Nintendo DS.
Yeah, I had those. They were great.
I bet you were the person that had the weed, or what was the dogs and 10 dogs? Yeah.
Oh, I had like 3 of those games.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was a blast.
Yep. I know your type.
I know the cool type.
Is anybody? Will you play Xbox with me, David? Depends on what you play. I play very specific games.
He plays all units.
That's our joke. My strategy game where the character says all units all the time. Every time I select all of the units in the game, it's pretty funny. She's like, it's every time I like double tap the trigger, it's like all units.
All units.
Yeah.
All units.
So we just call the game
all units. I know the actual name of the game. It's Halo Wars 2.
Yep.
But like, it's all units.
Play it all the time.
Thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog?
Oh yeah, the redesign. Did you see it?
Oh yeah.
The new trailer.
Yeah, I saw it.
They improved the design significantly.
I don't know if I'm here for it.
Really? I thought it looks much better.
Do you remember that game on the phone with Sonic where you collect the rings and it was kind of like Temple Run? Do you remember
I think I do. I don't know. It's not ringing any bells. Why do you bring that up?
That's the only Sonic I've ever played with.
Oh shoot, yeah, I played the original Sonic games on like
really?
the Dreamcast when I was young. Yeah.
Oh wow, I love the Dreamcast.
Yeah, Dreamcast.
Oh my god.
Anybody
you have a donation.
That? Oh, $5 donation from Colta Christensen says, "Have you had a YouTuber? Have you had
a YouTuber
Creekcraft being invited by FTC Commissioner in Chief Phillips to DC to talk about Coppa changes and will hurt YouTuber?" I didn't hear about that. That's interesting. Maybe they'll change some things then. That's good news, I suppose, then. I was just saying that it should be up to parents, basically, if they don't want their kids to see ads.
Yeah, that was my thing. Why does YouTube have to step in now? I get there's pressure from the FTC, but I feel like that's like the parent control.
My argument is like, because like YouTube's still serving ads to kids.
Yeah.
And that's not going away. It's not as personalized.
Yeah.
Which, all right, fine, but you're not solving the real problem here, which is just the ads in general. You're still showing to kids. So I was saying the real issue is that the parents should crack down and just not let their kids see these ads in general.
But how do you do that?
Oh, I was saying that like you could get YouTube Premium, which gets rid of all the ads.
But then there's going to be the argument of like, oh, but that's $10 a month, and parents won't want to pay that.
But then that's their fault.
Then it's their fault.
Yeah.
But they're not going to see it that way, and then there's going to be a whole thing, and it's going to be more complicated.
I'd say it's their fault.
If I was a parent myself, I'm not a parent, but if I was,
I hope you're not a parent.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not. I think I would know. If I was a parent, I'd be upset. I'd be like, well, why can't I just hit some little button on the internet that says no ad syncs?
Well, you can. There's ad block on like the.
But that's for if you want to pay $10 a month.
No. So that's the YouTube ad block. But like, if you want ads like everywhere else gone, there's something called ad block.
The issue that we're having here is with YouTube.
Right, but again,
elsewhere it's
I'd say the $10 a month is totally worth it because you're getting rid of ads, you're getting the access to the premium YouTube content. But the bigger thing is that you also get a Google Play subscription, which is pretty much equivalent to Spotify, which everybody pays for these days. And that's $10 a month. So like you're getting 2 in 1 basically. So I mean,
your reasoning makes sense, but I know YouTube's not going to see it that way because
it's not YouTube just sees it that way.
It's the FTC again. It's their pressure.
Right, but again, like the bigger issue is just kids are seeing the ads, and another thing is like we got brainwashed by.
Oh, for sure.
Like I also make the other opinion that if you're worried about personalized ads, aren't there personalized ads on like Disney Channel? Like those are advertisers that are trying to reach
NBC,
kids.
ABC, everything's to be personalized per channel.
Yeah, so
especially like Nickelodeon.
Isn't that
Disney.
The same thing?
Yeah, it is.
So like, what the heck? And why are the content creators being the ones punished?
Suffering and getting half their pay cut? No comments.
Exactly. It doesn't
it's
make
a lot.
It doesn't make any sense, and that viewpoint, it doesn't really make much sense at all. Thank you.
Oh well, I'm here with you on it. This isn't how I make my money.
I know.
But I understand your side, and I get it. Have you decided what you're gonna do?
What I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, I was telling everybody how like only 12% of my videos were marked made for kids, and that almost all the content that is, if FTC changes and revoked by January, I'll give you $100. Ooh, it says from Cult of
Christian said,
who gave me a $1.99 donation. Appreciate it, man. But like, let's hope it doesn't happen.
Disney Plus and Netflix, absolutely. David, are you an Apple fanboy?
My Apple fanboy?
George Powell wants
absolutely. To know. I'm really upset because Apple's making it so I can't use Lego Digital Designer in the newest update. Let me grab you a chair.
No, I'm just stretching.
I mean, you can go back up if your legs are getting tired.
Oh no, it's just my toes.
What's everybody saying?
They're just talking, and I'm having a hard time looking at something. I don't know. My eyes are not focusing.
No, it's alright.
Liam McKee's dad has a Mac from 1988.
Whoa, man. I actually used those computers. He's probably talking about the Macs that were colored. Remember those ones? They're like colored.
Totally.
They had the little circle mouse.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like you're being sarcastic.
Absolutely.
You totally had those.
Wait, like the desktop one?
I
love those.
They were like kind of see-through.
I love those.
Yeah, those are from the like late 90s.
I never got one. My mom was like, "Oh, that's too much or too young," and I was like, "No, I'm not, Mom."
Yeah. But we always had those at our schools.
Yes. Well, you went to bougie schools.
They weren't that bougie.
I grew up in North Carolina. Nothing in North Carolina is very bougie. Everything kind of smells like cattle there. You saw my hometown.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't think it was that bad. They had great food.
Thanks.
Great food makes a happy David.
Do you have any hopes for the Rise of Skywalker?
Nope. I don't like to go in being like, oh, I wish this happens. Because then you just make yourself disappointed if it doesn't.
Do you have hopes or expectations?
I don't have either.
Really?
Yep.
You're not even hoping it's going to be decent?
I'm hoping, I'm hoping it'll be a good film, but that's about it. I'm hoping there won't be as much controversy as there is with The Last Jedi, but that's about it. I'm just gonna go in blind and be like, all right, let's watch another Star Wars movie and see what happens.
See what happens. How many clone tanks do you have?
Which ones?
I don't know.
Clone tanks? That's very
well, how
broad.
many in general do you have?
I think I have eight ATTEs. I have 2 ATOTs, so that's 10. I got 1 mini Republic fighter tank. I got 3 more, so that's 4, so it's 14.
He wants to know the ones behind you.
I got the Star Wars. I got the Star Wars Rebel ATTE, so that's another. What was that, 15? Clone tanks, and then turbo tanks. Jeez, There's 6 right here, but there's another 3 more. What are we up to now? We're up to 25. How many more?
Is there ever a point where you're gonna stop?
I don't know.
Let's
just stop at 25. There's probably more than that, actually.
I think you can stop with the tanks. I think you're fine on those.
But I like them.
If new ones come out, maybe by like 2
or 3.
I actually got a chair, Frankie K. I don't know what world this is.
She likes you guys so much she's staying around.
I'm actually sitting in a chair for you all.
Y'all better be nice to her. I'll block you.
I don't sit in chairs for many people. I try to stand by the door so I can leave when I want.
Yeah. I gotta help Meredith with her project tomorrow. Do you want to talk about that one?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's a medical project.
It is. I have to take him in for a practical tomorrow. To do skinfold testing, a YMCA bike protocol, and I have to do an EKG on Boy over here.
Boy?
Yeah, Boy.
Oh, boy.
You're my boy. I picked it up from a coworker of mine. She always calls her the most important man in her life, Boy. So, I accidentally picked it up.
Oh, no.
Jamie Dorr, I think that's how you say your last name, Jamie. I apologize if I goofed it. Wants to know, is there going to be people that might potentially walk out of the Rise of Skywalker during the second after not show up at all, do you think?
I've never seen that happen, but no.
What if I walk out? Would you break up with me?
I probably just think you're going to the bathroom.
And what if I never came back?
Oh, well, I don't know. I'd enjoy the movie first.
Well, Frankie, congratulations.
What do you say?
His first semester of college is almost over. Welcome to it.
Did you party hard?
Like it? What are you studying?
What did you party?
Got lots of mom questions
Did you go
for
a frat
you.
party?
I'm very sorry if you went to a frat party. They're not that great. I promise there's better out there. What's the first Lego set you ever owned? It's a good question.
It's like a 2001, 2002 Lego City Airport. I don't know if it's the very first, but it's the one I remember the most. It's probably not the first. I don't remember the first. I was probably like 5 and can't remember. But the one that's like most iconic from my childhood, that was like one of my earliest, was this Lego City Airport.
Frankie K does not party. Good man.
Oh, disappointing.
Don't be mean.
Live your life, bro. It's college.
It's college. You can make mistakes. I've made plenty.
Thankfully, they weren't too severe.
Yes. As I said, I'm not a mom. Opinion on Bionicle. I don't have one. David.
I didn't like it.
Cool. Wait, is Bionicle the weird Lego?
They look like that thing.
Yeah,
the tan thing.
those kind of scare me.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Oh wow, I'm surprised you recognized that.
Yeah. At Brick Fair, Virginia.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you saw
a whole bunch of tables, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow, that's something."
Yeah, she saw all the custom Bionicles.
That's something. I have one more semester. Next semester's my last one.
Yeah, she graduates.
And then I have about 8 more years of school after that, so I have about 8 years and 3 months left before I'm fully done. Simeon, you're right. I forgot about Bear, Gus, and Finnegan. I am a mother. I am a mother.
Oof. Bionicle is so cool. It's alright. Not my favorite.
You know, I respect your opinion. It kind of freaks me out. This guy's so strange looking.
That's General Grievous. You don't remember him?
Oh, no, I do.
Oh, okay.
He really scared me in the beginning. So.
In episode 3, really?
Yes.
Why?
His face just gives me the heebs.
The heebie-jeebies?
The heebs and the jeebs.
So why don't you like the new Scooby-Doo trailer? Scoob.
Okay.
Because she's a big Scooby-Doo fan.
I love Scooby-Doo.
And I think like this topic is valid because there was a Lego Scooby-Doo theme.
There is. It's just not the Scooby-Doo I grew up with. And I know I sound like Karen, like I sound like a baby boomer. And I'm like, oh, well, if it's not what I grew up with, it's bad. That's not it. I'm very accepting and very open to new themes. But it's just such a classic to me. And I just love the original animation styles. Like, the voices don't fit. The characters don't look normal. I'm very excited for like the Scooby and Shaggy original meet. I'm very excited for that. But I just feel like in the trailer they showed us I'm getting very heated now. They showed us a clip of it and I don't feel like that's how it happened. That's not it. Like, it just doesn't seem right. I like the way Shaggy came up with Scooby's name. I'm getting very heated. You shouldn't have brought this up.
I know.
Okay. Where was I going?
You know, like the way Shaggy...
I just don't think it was right. I like the way he, like, named Scooby. Like, the cop was cute and everything. Like, that whole scene was very adorable. Oh, also, this turkey's really cute. I just noticed. You built turkey. Yeah, he's definitely going on our fridge. Oh, excuse me, the brick lot. Wow. But I love every other Scooby-Doo ever. They're telling you to break up with me because I don't like the new Scooby movie.
Ooh, yeah, it was pretty much everybody liked it.
I just don't like it.
Oof.
It's just, it doesn't fit right.
Are you going to still see it with me? I want to see it. Give it a chance.
I'll give it a shot. I already cried during the trailer. But it's just not working for me. I know, Simeon, I'm getting really heated. He's like, calm down. I'm not going to calm down.
Whoa, Meredith, calm down.
I'm not going to calm down over this. This is actually really cool. I kind of like this.
Can you believe that was $30, though?
This?
Yeah. Your reaction.
Really?
Your reaction was perfect.
I'd be like 15, maybe. I'd pay 15 for this, but
yeah.
30?
Mm-hmm.
I got
Same
triggered.
girl, same.
What'd you just say?
Same girl.
Same girl, same. Okay, the Crimson Captain's with me. I don't like Shaggy's voice.
His voice
they can
is
bully
okay.
me. They don't really bother me. It's okay.
It doesn't seem that bad.
Mm.
Everybody's just like, why doesn't he say, yeah, man? Like the the high jokes.
It's just not right.
Mm.
My heart just hurt watching it.
Interesting.
And my heart shouldn't hurt watching that.
What about the, it's pretty much the same style. What?
That comment guy 34 said, Meredith, have you ever considered getting a dog? Yes, I have.
Shouldn't have asked that.
I have. I currently
ongoing
have about
topic.
3 or 4.
It's a bad topic. Don't bring it up.
We have a family dog, and I want to steal him really bad, and I miss him.
Are you talking about
like
Chip?
All heck, of course. I need one, and David's so unwilling.
Well, we can't get a dog where we currently live.
I think we need to move.
The landlord.
I think that's a crime
won't
to not
allow
allow
us.
dogs here. I think it's a crime.
It's a crime.
It is a crime.
Mm.
And I wrote out this like heartfelt letter to him.
You never sent it.
I know. I realize that's my mistake, but we don't have to talk about that.
Did you even still have it?
Yeah, I do. It's in the dresser.
Mm.
It's in the side table. Thank you, that comment guy, 34. He said, Meredith, you should get a dog. Don't listen to David. I'm going to come home one day.
We legally cannot get a dog.
We'll illegally get a dog.
No.
Then. Yes.
You just literally incriminated us if we get a dog now.
Well, who's going to watch your YouTube channel? What landlord is going to watch your YouTube channel? Maybe there's landlords out there. I apologize to any landlords who are currently watching. But I don't think our landlords are going to. Yes.
I don't think it's a good idea we get a dog right now for many different reasons. Mainly because I feel like we're too young. I'm not even 23 yet.
I got my first dog when I was 12.
But you were living with your family to help.
But I took care of him for 9. What are those rubber bands?
Yeah, they're for the wings. You'll get to see it soon
I've
enough.
never seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm excited. Yes, you have a landlord. I get why we shouldn't get a dog, but you also thought getting Bear was going to be a bad idea, and it obviously was a great idea. So, what did we learn from that experience? Meredith is right.
But I can put
And
the
we
bunny
should
up in a
always have
cage
pets.
when it's being bad. I can't really do that with a dog.
The Lego scientist. Getting a dog is a great idea, though. I agree, the Lego scientist. He's a scientist.
Look at this mustache on this man.
He kind of looks like your dad.
Oh my god, I know.
If your dad
This
put
is
on a
Biggs.
spacesuit,
Biggs Darklighter. What a last name.
he kind of looks like your dad.
Yikes. Kind of does, actually.
The Brick Lot said, ask if non-shedding, potty-trained dogs are allowed. Vader Express, $1.99 donation. The dog can be David's mascot. They all want a dog, David.
No, the mascot could be the bunny. It already is.
Well, what about Gus?
Or Gus.
Such discrimination against my hamster.
Well, we got the bunny together.
But Gus is ours. You are Gus's father.
No, but you're the one who got the hamster before I met you.
Still, I was the one who basically peer pressured you extensively into getting the bunny. By the way, thank Vader Express
Thank
for
you.
the donation. Thank you, Vader Express.
No, I didn't. Okay.
The dog eat the bunny. Well, we wouldn't allow that, so
The dog what?
could eat the bunny.
Oh!
But we're not gonna allow that. So.
No, I've had dogs and
bunnies
around
together,
me,
and they're fine together. David, what Clone Wars sets do you want to see?
I want another Republic gunship.
Do you want sets from The Mandalorian?
I want another one of those.
Another one?
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry, but how many do you have up there?
I think I counted. I think I have 13. That's going to be an upcoming video, by the way. Look forward to that, guys.
You have so many things. Get a pet tortoise.
A turtle?
A tortoise is different from a turtle.
Well, it's basically a turtle. Same family.
Yeah. What about a mouse?
Yeah, it's fine.
Or a rat?
Anything that we can just doesn't have to go all over the house every day.
So you're okay if I go out right now and buy 3 rats?
Not 3.
Well,
maybe,
rats have to be kept in pairs.
Maybe
so.
1.
No, we can't have one because then the rat's gonna get lonely, and rats die of heartbreak sometimes.
Our hamster is lonely right now.
Well, hamsters, if you put them in the same cage together, we all know what happened with Gus and Gracie.
Yeah, not good things.
And then Gracie passed, and so Gus is fine. Gus is just a lone child now. Get a snail. I have pet snails. I can read them that snail book.
Oh God, no, not that.
Rats are so friendly, right? I suggest a bearded dragon because their personalities are so diverse and they are funny.
My friend Harrison has one.
Yes, he does.
He also has
Are
a
they
snake
funny?
and a tarantula.
Get a fish tank. We have a fish. And I feel like I can't get a bigger tank because Finnegan would feel left out. So,
You can't put him with other fish, can you?
no. I can't.
Where did beta fish even come from?
I think they come from like Eastern Asia. I think. Simeon's got a cat. Get a raccoon. That's probably my worst character trait is that I want to domesticate it.
Oh God, your voice really went there.
I know. Oh God.
You alright?
Yeah, I felt something.
Oof. You need to go use the bathroom.
Oh no, my throat just started cracking. I was like, oh no.
Tea?
I think I'm almost out of tea. I want to domesticate a raccoon or a possum. Like, I really want a possum.
Get a bird? No.
No, we can't.
Too much noise.
How much is the X-Wing you're building?
I believe it went for $80. I think on Amazon right now you can get it for like $50, which is a steal deal.
Wow. Get a wolf. I don't think a wolf can fit in this house.
We're in a townhouse.
Also, I think we wouldn't survive long with a wolf. But that's okay.
We need like 20 plus acres.
Or just not to own a wolf.
Is acres also an imperial... Is that an imperial, like, number count type of thing?
That's a good question.
Because miles is, but is acres.
No, miles isn't.
That's imperial.
No, it's meters.
No, that's the metric system.
Oh, imperial. Oh my god, I was thinking metric. Not. You know, I don't know about acres. I don't know about acres. I don't know if that's imperial.
Sorry for the random questions.
I don't think that matters. Get a pet blue whale.
Anybody here into science? Because I hope you just got offended.
Wait, did you just say the imperial system does? I said the imperial system doesn't matter.
Yep.
I did. Doesn't really. I'm here with Jedi Bob. He says, "Nah, get a pet dinosaur." I'd be cool with that.
Pet dinosaur, huh?
That comic guy 34 got a C in science. Good job. I like science. I'm not offended by that. I literally just said it didn't matter. So why do people in science, why should they get offended by the imperial system? Every scientist hates the imperial system. Get a shark. Cool.
Y'all are hilarious with these comments.
David, what kind of car do you drive?
I don't know if I should answer that.
Yeah, I feel like people would try to find you.
Yeah, I want to answer it because it's a nice car.
It is a very nice car. Do you want to say the name?
It's a Honda. I could say it's a Honda.
Yeah.
It's a newer Honda.
It's a nice Honda. I drive a Subaru.
Both of us drive fairly new cars.
I drive a newer car, actually. Ethan asked, how long have we been dating? Too long. Way too long.
Too long? What do you mean by that?
Too long.
Get out of here.
Voltage Brat. Subaru is my dream car. Thank you. It's a good brand.
I bet he's talking more about the racing ones, though. They make good cars. Honda and Subaru are actually Japanese made. For some reason, I thought Subaru for the longest time was Australian.
It looks Australian.
I think everybody gets that confused because of the Outback car they make.
Yeah, it sounds Australian, and it's built like a 4-wheel drive car. The majority of their models. And so it makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry for these random comments.
We're not getting married anytime soon, y'all, I promise.
No, I just...
scientists like Chevrolet.
She doesn't like the new Electric Mustang that came out today, that they've revealed that Ford's making a new Electric Mustang.
It looks like you took the world's ugliest Mustang and mixed it with a Prius, which isn't much better. So...
I don't know if anybody here actually pays attention to cars, but it's interesting because it's like the first competitor to a Tesla.
But if you're gonna spend $45,000, just get a nice Tesla.
Yeah.
It just like why?
Well, Ford. I mean, Tesla's only been around for about 15 years. Ford's been around for about 100.
But Ford also makes crap cars.
Yeah, but Tesla's their build quality is a little questionable too, and I don't know about their reliability compared to Ford.
Fords are not reliable.
I agree. They're not really that reliable, but I mean, Mustangs are a little more reliable. They have a better...
Vladimir hates the Electric Mustang. He's a huge petrol Mustang fan. I love the first gen Mustang and today's Mustang.
If you're curious about what we're looking or what we're talking about, just Google search right now Mustang and then put Mach MACH in, and then you'll see the car.
People are pretty divided.
It's, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, everybody knows what a Tesla is today.
I like the Mach-E, but it really annoys me that they associate it with the Mustang. Otherwise, it looks like a really nice car. I don't know.
I like it personally. I don't think it looks that bad. I think it's a little too generic looking almost, but it does have some nice looks.
It's very generic.
Some angles look better than others.
These really they tried to make the accents look really bougie and
but
really
I think they did a pretty good job.
It just didn't work. It just didn't work for me. I don't know.
And then if you're wondering like why are we talking about it? This is actually big news. It was on front page like national news here in the U.S. So it's a big deal.
Vladimir is with me. David, it looks bad.
Oof.
Vladimir, thank you.
Mustang for life.
It looks better than the Ford
also,
Escape.
I could also make the argument that Mustang is also relative to Lego topics because Lego just made a Mustang a couple months ago. So, not completely off topic either. So, actually, you could. What if Lego made a set of that?
A what?
Like a set based off that new Mustang because they did an older one.
Wall.
Really?
It would honestly probably look better than the actual car itself. To be completely honest.
Dang. That's harsh.
Do we have our Christmas tree up yet? Yes, we do. We have 2 up. And it looks great. Sorry.
She got really excited by that.
I love Christmas.
So do I.
I think I like it more.
Isn't she just so jolly?
Ford is not that great. I don't like them.
Says
the Lego scientist.
I don't trust American-built cars.
I don't either.
I don't think anybody really does. Hence why Toyota is the #1 car dealer in America, which is all Japanese.
Are they really the #1?
Yep.
I believe that.
Honda is like second, and then a bunch of others after that.
Yeah. I know. Simeon, I'm having bursts of energy. I'm trying here.
Alright, you ready to see the rubber bands?
Yes.
Alright, so one goes like this. Like that.
That's much less exciting than I thought it would be.
Okay, well, I'm trying here. And then the other goes right here. Like that. And so, the way that works and why they're there is so that when you turn or push this upwards. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Isn't that neat?
That's very, very cool.
I'll show you the old mechanism. The old one's right there, and I'll show you at the end.
Oh, awesome.
Actually, I'll just show it to you right now. You want to grab it?
This dude?
Yep. So this is the old 2012 one, which actually I kept in great condition. It looks brand new.
Oh my gosh, the rubber bands are on the back.
Yep. So this one, it's basically brand new looking, but this is how the old one worked.
Oh, so it's a turn.
Yeah, it was like a kind of like a weird thing.
Interesting. Oh, even like the landing thing comes down.
Yeah, this one has that too. They're actually kind of similar in terms of design, but this one's definitely built better. Like it has a better look.
One?
Yeah.
It does. Do you like the fact that there's more stickers on this one than that one?
Yeah, there's definitely less stickers. I still think the engine's like this is just a better looking one. I like this one. But
let's compare it when you're done. How's that?
Yeah, we'll do that. Could you put this back by chance?
I can. Do you have any Mandalorian theories? Simeon, if you're watching, turn off.
No, I'm not a big theory. Like, I'm not a huge theory person.
You don't want to know what's about to happen? Why?
I'm just not a huge fan of that.
You're very simple, man.
I know.
Are you excited for the Rise of Skywalker at least? Wow, that was an in-depth answer. What's your favorite Christmas movie? I don't think I know this about you, actually.
Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Good man. Which one? The first one?
First.
Good man.
It's a classic. Do not argue me on that.
I will not. I like the Polar Express.
It's a good movie. Just CGI's a little weird on it.
The animation's a little scary.
But it's a good story.
I have the bell that kid got. If anybody hasn't seen the Polar Express, I'm sorry, I spoiled it for you. I have a Santa Claus bell on my tree now, and it makes noise. And I love it more than anything. Vader X Brix. The Polar Express is my fave with 3 exclamation points. Thanks, Vader X Brix. Die Hard is a good one. What else? What else do I like? Elf, I have to be honest, kind of annoys me.
I don't like Elf that much.
It just kind of irritates me.
Best part of that is when he crashes into the Lego city.
Wow. A true man of Christmas. Love the Christmas spirit you got going.
Yeah. Terrible. And again, I just want to remind everybody that we will not be doing an episode next week, but we will be back December 2nd.
Yeah, the elf on the shelf scares me too.
Which one?
You know how, like, you hide those little elves? It's not a movie. It's like a thing people do. My mom did it for me one year.
No, I'm not familiar with this.
Yeah, and lucky you.
Well, explain it to me.
Because every single night, there's this elf, and there's, like, this whole storybook behind it. So you read the story, and in the month of December, you move the elf to do, like, crazy things every night. It's kind of cute, but the elf he's freaky. And, like, the kid wakes up in the morning, and they have to find it. And, like, parents go through, like, super elaborate things to, like, hide the elf. And, like, some parents give little, like, treats when you find the elf. Or, like, the elf holds stuff. People can do different stuff with it. But the elf looks creepy as all heck. So.
That sounds really scary.
Yeah. And, like, my mom once put it right next to my bed. So when I woke up, there was this creepy plastic elf face. Just, like, right here. And I was like, I'm scarred.
Yeah, jeez. I'm sorry. That's not fun. I feel like that would scar a child.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was just my mom being my mom, but that's fine.
Is that fine?
It's fine, I promise. Brix Studios says his or her favorite Thanksgiving dish is a weird pineapple casserole.
That sounds kind of good. I want to try it.
Ew, a pineapple casserole?
I want to try it.
There's something very wrong with you.
Why does everybody eat fruitcake?
Nobody eats fruitcake.
Exactly.
Nobody eats
It's kind of funny.
Are you going to build the new Lego Christmas sets? Yes, we are.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
when we come back, so we're not doing, again, episode next week, but when we come back December 2nd, we will do probably the Winter Village.
Really?
Yep. Or not the Winter Village, I'm sorry, the gingerbread house. Yep.
Well, I was like, there's a Winter Village?
And then I kind of want to do the Disney Castle in December.
Really?
Because I feel like it's kind of Christmassy.
It is Christmassy. Where are you going to put it in here? That's my question.
I don't think it's going to go in here because it's too big.
Where are you going to put it?
We're going to put that upstairs somewhere.
We are?
Maybe.
Where?
Not in the living room. I'm talking about like the 3rd floor.
Where?
I don't know.
In your office, I hope, right?
You don't want it in our bedroom?
I'm sorry, I can't sleep next to
I'm not
plastic Cinderella every night. I just can't
I think once you see it, actually, you know what? I don't know. We'll find it.
It's my safe space in there. It's the one room without any Lego in it.
I might put it in the office then.
I need to be able to sleep in a room without Lego. I'm sorry. That's my one law.
All right, not in the bedroom then. But I think once you see the set built, you're gonna be like, wow. I saw it last week built when I was down in Florida. One of my friends, Just Too Good, had it next to his bed. That's actually a video coming out this week, so look forward to that. But that thing is humongous. It is not a small set.
Really?
No, it is very big.
How long is the build?
It's taller than the box itself.
What?
Yeah. So
the blue box right there?
Yeah, it's taller than that.
Behind the Parisian restaurant?
Yep. It's bigger than the box.
Oh, boy.
I love it when the set's bigger than the box. that makes actually makes me kind of excited.
How was your Florida trip, which you still have not unpacked from, by the way? Cough, cough, cough.
Like, I'm mostly unpacked from that.
Hunt, hint, hint, hint. Just unpack tonight, please.
I like mostly unpacked.
But how was it? How was the trip?
I mean, I told you about it.
But they want to know.
Oh. It went well. I mean, we all saw Blaine's room tour last week. That was fun. He's a good friend of mine. And then I saw Just Too Good, did a room tour with him. That comes out this week. Trying to think what else. I saw Javier, hung out with him. We didn't do too much because it was the day. I wasn't down there for too long, and I mean, he kind of hung out with me when I was hanging out with Blaine and all that. So we didn't go to like Disneyland. I didn't go to Star Wars Land or anything like that because Meredith made me promise her that I go with her to Disneyland.
Disney World, you mean?
Oh yeah, Disney World. Yeah.
Because we don't go to Disneyland.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
Same thing.
You're a liar.
I've been to both.
So have I. And Disneyland is obviously inferior.
It's basically the same thing.
Disneyland is inferior. Disney World.
I do think Disney World's a little better.
A little? Oh my god, look at this fat pig. And I'm actually talking about like a real pig.
She's not offended anybody tonight.
No, it's actually a really cute pig. What's your favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
I knew you would say that. Mine's pineapple.
I'm sure you just made everybody go, ew!
Well. Oh well. I have taste buds.
Thanks for staying down here, by the way. You didn't have to.
You seem like you were struggling a little bit to keep
I wasn't
up with
struggling
everything.
tonight. I was just going on about the FTC.
Yeah. I kind of felt bad for your fans.
Why?
It's a really long rant.
I know. I mean, Jang Brix, one of the bigger YouTubers who has like 1 million subscribers, did a 32-minute video rant about it. So I spent about the same amount of time too ranting about it.
Okay.
So I feel like that's fair. If he can do it, I can do it.
That is true. You can do whatever you'd like.
Anything interesting going on with these comments? Are y'all being mean to Meredith?
Always.
Pineapple's a sin.
You're a sin. No, I'm kidding. You're not. Nor is pineapple. Hardy har har. Professor Branch says pineapple on pizza is the best topping. I concur. He's a professor. Obviously, he's right.
Oh, yeah.
What's the worst Star Wars movie, do you think? Anything with Jar Jar Binks in it.
So the first one?
Yes.
We actually need to watch episode 2 tonight. I don't know if we have time.
Tonight?
Yeah, I don't think we have time tonight.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Go to bed.
This week we need to watch it because
Not tomorrow.
We're rewatching the Star Wars Star Wars movies leading up to episode 9. And we're doing it in order, like actually by number, but not by like the years it came out because it gets a little confusing.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then with.
Yeah. Hey. It's my old username. I'm sure everybody just cringed.
Read the bottom of my cup, and that's how I feel about your statement.
What a crock.
That's why it's my favorite cup.
Meredith's just wonderful, everybody.
It doesn't have a nice word on the bottom, so we're not going to say it out loud. Do I like coffee or tea? I really like both, but I feel like I get a little addicted to coffee, so I have to stay away from it.
Yeah, you've been drinking coffee in a while now.
I know. I used to drink probably a pot or 2 a day.
Jeez.
It was really unhealthy. I started having heart issues. So,
oh, God.
Yeah.
No. Not a good idea.
Not so great. Stay away from coffee, kids. doesn't really treat your body right. So.
Nope. God, yeah.
Yeah, my motto used to be death before decaf. So. I hate episode 2. The original trilogy is still the best, despite the Ewoks and the Return of the Jedi.
I don't think episode 2 is that bad.
Alright,
It's not
Force
great.
Awakens or The Last Jedi?
Force Awakens.
Really?
Yeah. I like Finn's introduction.
I still like The Last Jedi.
More than The Force Awakens?
Undecided.
For me, it's also Force Awakens because I had that was the first Star Wars movie we've had. Like, it was, there was a lot of hype going into that movie, and like seeing it with the fans, and like there was lines kazoo that night. I went opening night, and
There's lines kazoo?
Yeah.
You mean lines out of the wazoo?
Sure. Either way, it was crazy. That's what I meant by that.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's just fond memory of that. Basically, kind of goes with the movie. So that experience kind of made it for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I gotta make a video. Actually, that's another video idea. I actually got permission from like the corporate people at Regal. If you guys aren't familiar with Regal, they're a huge movie theater chain here in the United States. They actually, I don't know how that worked out, but the corporate office approved of me actually making a YouTube video and like I remember I walked up to the theater and like I was like, hey, like who do I talk to? Like apparently like legal said they went to the general manager and like got you an approval to like do YouTube videos and interview people at the theater, which you have to do because like it's private property, it's a private theater, so you have to have permission to like just make a YouTube, and it's also a movie theater,
also
like
bringing
cameras,
in, like camera equipment to a movie theater is probably
so you
frowned
have to
upon.
have like pretty much permission to do that. And so I was really shocked they approved it, and they're like, oh, we contacted the general manager of this location, they'll tell you it's all okay. And so I got there and she's like, you need anything, you know? I'm like, oh no, I'm just gonna go talk to some people. It's like, okay, well, you know, you have full approval, do whatever you want. I'm like, all right. And so yeah, back in 2015, literally the day Force Awakens came out, I interviewed everybody. Like there was this long line for I think it was the first show opening for the 3D movie and not the regular one. It was like at least 100 people in line, and I went down the line and I was like, who wants to be on camera? And nobody raised their hand. Like everybody, I don't know why, but the Star Wars fans were really shy. So I was like, all right guys, like come on. So I just started like forcibly like asking them questions because I have full permission to, because they're at Regal and I can do that.
I feel like if somebody yelled like, who wants to be on camera, I'd probably say no too.
Well, anyhow.
Like it's just, especially they probably didn't know who you were.
Yeah, but I was like, I would tell them, I was like, hey, so this is gonna be on my like Star Wars YouTube channel.
Oh.
Yeah, like I wasn't just being like, oh hey, let's just make random video content and not tell them what this is for.
Gotcha.
But anyway, I went around, I was like asking like theories about what the movie was where the movie was gonna go, and like there was some funny theories because like nobody had it right, and I think it would be kind of funny to go back to those theories now we're at the end of the sequel trilogy to like revisit those theories, because there was some funny responses I got from people, and I can't believe I never made a video out of that. Like that's pretty lame of me. But I think it'll work out if I like take that footage and put it out next month. I think that's what I'm gonna do. What do you guys think? Would that be a good idea? Let me know down in the comments whether y'all be interested in that or not.
You're still talking about Jar Jar.
Oh boy.
I'm so sorry. Yes, we have tickets. Still talking about Jar Jar. Jar Jar is a sin. Let's answer David's question. I'm talking to them. Yes, David, that would be an awesome idea. Thanks, Vader X Brix. We can always count on you.
But yeah, so thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I had permission.
It's a good idea.
I had permission from Regal to record all that, so I'm not going to get sued or anything.
So when Matt comes down and everybody goes to Rise of Skywalker, are you going to video? anything again?
I don't know. I was also thinking that maybe I should do like theories that, but I think it would be just funnier just to look at the old responses. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. We're almost done, by the way. Last bag.
Woo! Voltage Brad. How did Meredith and David meet? Thank you for spelling my name correctly, by the way. Much appreciated.
Do people really not spell your name correctly?
Oh, all the time.
Come on, guys. Meredith. Meredith.
Saying some weird stuff. That's okay. No shame.
What are they saying? Do I need to ban
how
people?
How did we meet?
Oh. Well, I've already talked about that, but yes.
Yeah, there's a video. We met in Starbucks.
There's a video if you want to know about that stuff.
We didn't really go much into detail about how we met.
We don't really need to. That's our information.
That is true.
We have a right to our privacy.
That is true. A bunch of mods just came back. Forever Lego Studios and Jedi Bob have returned.
Welcome back, guys.
My family loves Baby Yoda. Me too.
Oh, that's a spoiler. Sorry. For people who haven't seen The Mandalorian.
It's not even Yoda.
Yeah.
So,
everybody just calling it Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Jedi Bob has spoken. Yes, he has.
What did you think of The Mandalorian? Let's hear your response about it.
That was pretty dank.
Yeah?
It's a good show.
Yeah?
You keep on watching it without me, which makes me very salty.
And then I rewatch it with you.
That just never... Never get into a relationship, y'all. They'll watch shows without you.
Ooh.
And then you'll be
I feel like that's a first world problem when your significant other watches the show before you get home or whatever.
It upsets me so much because I always get so excited to come watch it with you. Because I'm like, oh, he'll always have really interesting commentary. And then I get home and you're like, oh yeah, I already watched it. Let's watch it again. And I was like, no, I wanted to experience it firsthand with you so we can talk about the show together. But no, you're like, oh no, I can't wait. It's just too exciting.
I did I did do Game of Thrones with you. I did it with Javier.
Yes, you did.
Well, you weren't watching the show yet.
But still. It was rude. Don't get a significant other.
Isn't she a keeper?
Simeon, I'm sorry. Just go watch the show.
There's so many ways to watch it. Pirate it. Yeah.
He didn't say that.
Nope.
Professor Branch, I'm so sorry. His father watched The Mandalorian before him as well.
Ooh.
It's a crime. Mm. It's so rude. Mm-hmm. It's so rude. I am unleashing my true power. I'm tired. And all my true thoughts are coming out tonight.
Oh, man. I missed a step.
Mm-hmm. I'd love the Brickhead's turkey. He's so cute. He's going on a refrigerator next to a small Christmas tree. So, because we've basically overhauled all the fall Thanksgiving stuff.
Is that a joke?
Already.
Overhaul? My last name's Hall. Oof. Gotta love those cringy moments.
That was the worst joke I've ever heard. That was so bad.
I don't know. I've said pretty bad jokes.
That was the worst one you've said on camera.
Oof. It might be. My dad jokes are pretty good.
What is love?
The force is strong with this one.
No. Oh my gosh. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to fear. Fear leads to the dark side. Does that mean I'm going to the dark side?
Yep.
Cool.
Whoops.
I'll meet you there. Dad jokes are great. It's just David's not great at making dad jokes great.
That's not true. I'm pretty good at it.
I'm really good at making dad jokes great.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
You make like funny jokes.
No, I make dad jokes. You try to make funny jokes, and it never works out in your favor.
Okay. Sure.
What's your favorite character in the saga?
I don't have a favorite.
Really? Do you have a character you like more than the rest?
No, I don't really like to pick favorites. I'm no fun.
So non-committal.
What about you?
I'm also non-committal. However, I do like every pork that's ever crossed that screen. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
I'd have to say
I like Baby Yoda a lot.
I like Chewbacca.
Yeah.
I like Chewie the most. He seems like he would give really good hugs.
Yeah, Chewie's pretty great.
Chewie's pretty awesome. How am I here today? Hi Meredith, how are you? Oh, how are you today? I was like, how are you here today? I was like, this is my house. I'm fine. Thank you.
This is my house.
This is my house. Harrison is here. You got lights.
I know. He's jealous.
Camera. Yeah. They look good, don't they?
Damn right.
Language.
Oh, come on. We don't want it to be considered a made-for-kids live stream now. And based off my survey, apparently all my fans are over the age of 13.
Hey, honey bunny, what's going on? Oh, it just went out. And it went
Oh,
out.
yeah, you had me scared. I was like, oh, God. Yeah, no, it's just refocusing.
Okay. Demonetized. I'll demonetize you. How are you tonight, Harrison? He's going to build the Disney castle, and I'm going to harass him while he builds it in a few weeks.
Ooh, I can't wait for that.
That's usually what happens here.
That sounds exciting.
Right? Right?
You're so terrible.
Do I have a nickname for David? Oh, I have a bunch. What's one that I call you a lot? Bug. I call him Bug a lot.
Honey Bun.
Honey Bunny.
Nah, you don't call me that much, actually.
I call you Sugar a lot.
The usuals.
The usuals.
I'd say Bug is the most.
Bug is the most. Sugar. What's your favorite Stephen King movie?
I don't really have a specific favorite. I haven't seen that many.
I don't really watch a lot. They tend to scare me quite a bit.
We're not into horror movies that much.
No, we're not. I watched it in a drive-in movie theater. If you guys have never been to one, it's like you put it on the radio in your car, and it sounds like the clown's in there with you in the car. And so for about 3/4 of the movie, I was hiding under a blanket, crawling into my best friend's lap, just sobbing my way through the movie. And then she would like jump on me whenever there was a big noise. Oh, it was awful.
Sounds kind of funny, but also terrible.
The Brick is here.
Wow.
Hola.
He
I'm
just came.
But I'm
Matt's
here.
been ignoring me for the last week. He's been doing things. I don't know.
Harrison's like, Matt.
He doesn't talk to me that much. Hear that, Matt?
You also haven't talked to me either. I'm actually very upset. I inducted you into the girlfriends club, and now you're not talking to me.
Oof.
Wow.
Come on, Matt.
They're having a bromance, him and Harrison, right now.
Oof. I guess they'll hang out with each other because Matt's coming down here and he's gonna hang out with Harrison during I'm taking Matt and Harrison and Meredith and also our friend Dylan to the Rise of Skywalker premiere. So we all get to enjoy it together.
Ugh.
You alright?
Yeah. Wait, Harrison, you and Matt haven't met yet? They haven't met? But they have a bromance going on already?
I don't know.
Some strong love. Matt's low-key more excited to meet Harrison. We'll go stay with Harrison then. You don't need your stocking, which I've already started preparing. Bye, Matthew.
Ooh, she said Matthew.
Now Matt's asking for forgiveness.
Ooh. Just Side-eyed.
Sorry, Matt. I'll give it to Dylan.
Ooh.
He can come stay with us for a week.
Yikes, I don't think you want that.
I don't really think I would much.
He'd be playing rock music every night.
Ooh, never mind. Matt, you in deep trouble. No, he's fine. Virginia's for lovers. No, it's not. I'm not a mom, but thanks. There's a lot of moderators here.
Well, this is interesting. Never seen this before.
What's this? Oh, you don't shoot at children. That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Huh. Wow. Okay, this was unexpected.
How did you and Matt first meet?
Brick Fair, Virginia last year? I think we knew of each
Really?
other before then. We met each other because of fan criticism on Matt's end for hating on him for quote-unquote copying my crate mock. And I messaged Matt. I was like, yo, man, it's all good. I'm not upset. Yeah, I think that's how it started, yeah.
But he wasn't really copying it.
No.
If you look at the details, he wasn't.
No. It's just everybody was like, oh my god, this is David's mock. All that. Okay, I'm all done.
People are very possessive.
Okay, this is really neat. So, because you get Luke Skywalker and Biggs, what's his name? Dark Lighter? Yeah, that's kind of funny. Because you get Biggs and Luke, they actually give you different tile tags to put on the X-Wing to mark it whether it's Red 5 or Red 3. Red 5 is Luke and Red 3 is Biggs.
Oh.
So they give you the tile so you can change it out if you want to, and I think that's awesome. So that's really neat. I'm gonna hide the extra tiles underneath this, but that is really cool to me.
People are calling me Mama David.
Oof.
I think I need to leave.
Yeah.
Well, folks, have a great night. Mom's going to bed.
No, I'm about done. You want to stick around to the end?
Sure.
Man, look at all these flick fire missile things.
Can I shoot one at you?
No.
Where do you put them?
No.
Where do you put them?
No.
I'm going to figure it out.
Okay. Yeah. Anyhow, so yeah, main function, pull this trigger upwards like that, and it goes into the launch mode. This is by far the best X-Wing we've ever gotten. Really, really well made. Got a little retractable foot. You can open the cockpit here. It's so well designed. Like, this looks so good. The detail's fantastic. I absolutely, if you haven't gotten an X-Wing before, this is so good. You all right?
Great.
But yeah, absolutely recommended. I think on Amazon you can get it $50 or $60. I think it originally went for $80. Even $80, I'd recommend this because it's that good. But $50 is a steal deal for this set. I absolutely recommend it. It's cool that you can change the actual Starfighter name or marks on it. I didn't expect that. Never really seen that in a Lego set before. That's cool. And then obviously we have the General Grievous speeder we built earlier. It's an okay set. If you can get it for $15, I'd say that's what it's worth, but not 30. Anything more than 15, don't buy it.
Also, he's just kind of ugly in general, so don't buy it in general.
And then lastly, we have the Brickheads turkey. Adorable. Absolutely get it for Thanksgiving. It's so cute. It's
buy 4
$10.
or 5 of them, actually.
No.
Give them to your family. Give them to the kids on the street.
Oh, gosh. Well, anyhow, there's all of our sets that we built today. We won't have an episode next week, so episode 10 will be on December 2nd, and we'll build some holiday-themed sets that I have over there. Meredith's very excited. She'll probably be back for that. Mm-hmm. But that's it, everybody. Nice 2.5-hour live stream. About exactly what I said at the beginning, 2 to 3 hours. That's about right.
Bye, Matt. Stop spamming. We don't like that.
Yeah, Matt, stop spamming.
Also, he was sick last week, too.
But yeah, that's going to be it, everybody. Hope everybody has a great night.
Bye,
just seeing if there's any last minute comments. Favorite movie of all time, Star Wars.
Mine's The Sound of Music.
Okay, Meredith, feel better soon.
Oh, thanks, Jamie. I appreciate
Meredith
it.
is kind of sick. That's kind of mean.
No, it's Frankie. We're buds.
Yeah.
We're buds.
All right.
Bye,
Peace out, guys.
buddies.
Good night. Hope everybody enjoyed the build. I'll see you guys a week from after this week. All right. And good night.